Good morning, everyone. How is everyone doing on this beautiful Tuesday morning? Hope everyone is doing well. I myself am just doing great. Morning, Mr. Pete, Mr. B. Shady, and Mr. Drummer. Thank you, gentlemen, for being here bright and early on this last Titanium Tuesday of the year. When I say of the year, good morning, Trouble Bunny. It's kind of hard to distinguish between the calendar year and my broadcast year. So it's not really the last Titanium Tuesday of the broadcast year, but we're getting closer. Morning, Dalton. How are you, sir? So, last night, in my pockets, I had the two knives I got yesterday. I had this in my front pocket. The Quayback. I did take it apart and check it out, see if there was any kind of Easter eggs, and no, there isn't. I did get it tuned about how I like it. So, yeah, I had that one in the front pocket, and in the back pocket, I had the ZT, and I gave the wrong number on it. It's the 0454. Yesterday I said something about the 0230 or something. And I did tune this one. It was very hard to shut yesterday. It had too much lock bar pressure. So now I got this one tuned how I like it. But I had two big boys last night. And then I had this in my back left pocket. Mr. B. Shady is carrying the Molesect Mantis and an 808 Decay and his titanium dice. That sounds like an awesome pocket. I'm not doing any pocket checking, but maybe I am. So, yesterday I got in a couple of things. Let's go over those. First, we'll go over one of the Kaiser Christmas knives I got. For $30, man, you really can't beat this as a gift. And I like it regardless. Of course, I love my Kaisers. Pete's carrying his Asher Spyro. Oh yeah, the one he anodized. I'll show pictures of that in just a minute. But this thing's super cool. Of course, it feels like butter because Kaiser knows how to do their crossbar locks. So yeah, anybody would be happy to have this as a gift. And they were on sale on Amazon for $30, 40% off. So you really can't beat that. It's got the toolless change and came with some extra blades and such. And his Para 3 15V with rock scales and backspacer. That sounds like a nice carry too, Mr. Pete. I really like how that anode turned out on it. Let's go look at that real quick right now before I forget. So Mr. Pete started anoing a couple of weeks ago and has really gotten into it. he's gotten hooked. He's gotten bit by the bug. And he's been doing great work. But here is the Asher that he was talking about a second ago. Let's see. Discord, there we go. So there's the color he got. It was already a dark color, and he anoded over top of it with a gold bronze color. And that's what it turned out looking like, which I like a lot. He did a green backspacer on it. And that's the kind of color he got. Looks great, Mr. Pete. Yep, looks cool. Like that color. Let's see. All right, so I got this for 30 bucks yesterday. And then I got this from Kunwu. So as y'all know, I damaged a screw, as it was my own fault. But I messaged Kunwu. I can't remember her name. Is it Melissa? No. That doesn't sound right. Anyway, I messaged Kunwu and asked them if they could send me some extra little parts that I needed. And Maggie from Kunwu sent me this little tin, and inside it, it has a little Ziploc with my name on it, and the parts that I needed. Good morning, Audiolitis. And I thought it was super cool that it had my name on it. Kind of shows that they care for customer service. But it's just the... So yeah, it has some kind of part number and then my name on it. And it just has the barrel spacer that I need and the 2 screws that go in it. I stripped one of mine out, but I thought it was cool. It came in this little tin. So thumbs up to Kunwu for their customer support. I will swap that out momentarily. I just grabbed it out of the mailbox on my way out to work last night, so I haven't had a chance to install it yet. All right, but that'll give us a reason to take apart a knife. And then last but not least, I got this little thing. And I wasn't as impressed with this as I was this. This is what I got free screws from Kunwu in. And this is what I got a Kickstarter project delivered in. And it was just this in a little tiny, tiny box. And it was shaking around the whole trip. But this is one of the titanium Kickstarter things that I got. And it came vacuum sealed in this little food storage bag. And it is the Thai Nova. It came with this little keyring thing. Yeah, Maggie seems to be great. So what this is a little titanium knife that was launched on Kickstarter. And it is one of the Maglock knives. And it forgot the blade steel. We'll go look at that in a minute. But it's just a little fidgety thing. You can fidget with it. With the magnets, you can sit there and click it open and closed. It's got spots for tritium vials on both sides. I need to get some of those. I don't have any. I liked it. I like it okay for what it is. I was afraid I paid more for it than I did. so I'm not nearly as mad about it as I was, but I thought I paid like 79 or 89 bucks for it, and when I got it, definitely wouldn't have been worth that. It does have quite a bit of rock. I don't know if y'all can see that. I think you can. Which is not the best ideal thing, and they could have just made this piece a little tighter tolerances against the blade, and it wouldn't do that. But yes, it does rock, but it was only 45 bucks instead of 79 or 89 or whatever I thought I paid. But it came with a nice titanium keychain thing, which is totally weird to me, but it's either aluminum or titanium, and it looks like titanium. I'm going to try to anodize it in order to tell whether it is aluminum or titanium, but the weight of it, I mean, I don't know, you really can't tell, but it's non-magnetic, so it's either titanium or aluminum. And then it came with a little ring that you attach back here. I thought at first that they messed up and put it on the part that moved, but that's not the case. So the top is what slides around here, and the keychain will stay attached to the bottom part down through here. But yeah, this is a Kickstarter thing. The packaging, I mean, for what it is, I guess they didn't really need any more packaging, but they could have done a little something better than just a food storage bag and this little mint tin or whatever it is. But that is the Thai Nova is what that is called on Kickstarter. Let me see if I can get it brought up here real quick. Thai Nova Kickstarter. Here we go. So yeah, Idea Spark is the name of it. What is Thai Nova? A little compact folding knife. It is what it is. It would make a good little neck knife. A fidget lover's dream. What kind of blade steel do we got in this thing? Grade 5 titanium handle, which is 6ALV4, I believe. D2 blade steel. All right. And the rewards on it were 45 bucks for the super early bird. And they did, you can add on the glass luminous tubes. You could have got a black PVD finish, some kind of, let's see what it says on the titanium split keyring. Yeah, so it is titanium. I thought it was. And that's pretty cool to have. You can get custom engraving on it, blah, blah, blah. $15 a piece for the tritium vials. They put veil. And Mr. B. Shady did manage to buy the misdemeanor and is thinking about getting the compact Excalibur, both of which look like great knives to me. Let's go. Actually, I haven't gone to Kunwu Crew in a minute. Let's see what they got on here. They got the Vertolock Excaliburs. I was hoping they would have made the lock bar access larger, but it looks like they didn't. So I will have to skip that one. Is that the only side? Is that the... All right, hold on. Let's go to regular Kunwu site. Look and see what they got. So, just seeing the standard things so far. There's the Jericho and the Cochise. All right, here we go. So, here are the full-size Excaliburs. Where are the small ones? Are they on this site, or are they just being talked about? Have they been made yet? I didn't know they were making a small one. Easer, Chad, Pulsar, the Django. Yeah, I've not seen the small versions unless I just passed them. I don't think I did. But we can surely go back up and check again. Alright, so... Cochise, Stiffy D, Cochise, Stonewashed Excalibur, First Tux. Alright, now I'm going to go... the blade steel on that little thing was D2 blade steel on that Thai Nova. Oh, the small ones hit Kunwu Crew yesterday? Alright, yeah, let me go back. I was just there, but I must have not scrolled down far enough or looked hard enough. Full size. Oh, so they only have it available in the Vertilock, huh? It looks like. Yep. Vertilock. Verta. Alright, so they're only offering the small one in the Vertilock. Which is not ideal. I like their lock. They just need to make the access a little bigger. I wish they would make a regular frame lock version of it, but oh well. Or the liner lock, sorry. Because the only problem with this knife is, and I'm going to explain exactly what I think happened. So until this point, with this knife and their Vertilock, they had been doing liner locks. And when you do a liner lock, all you need is just a little bit of access in order to get to that liner. Great. Just like on this knife. So I can easily access that liner. So when they went to their new lock method, or new lock that they designed, they kept the access kind of the same size as if it was a liner lock. So if you were doing it with your thumb, it wouldn't be an issue at all. But that's backwards and going to cut yourself if I'm not careful doing that. So it would work perfect if that was your thumb for the access. Yeah, frame lock. I said frame lock, and then B Shady said liner lock, and I meant frame lock. But the access like this on this frame lock is small because that's all you need. And if this lock, if you were using your thumb, it would be perfect. But since you're using your pointer finger, you really want it to be bigger, and you really have to like just barely get the fingertip on there. There's not enough access. And just to show you the difference, that's how much access Spyderco has to theirs. So that when you go here to try to touch it, you're not like just getting your finger, you're getting more of your finger on it. And that's the only thing I don't like about the Vertolock. It works fine, and you can get in there and get your finger in there, but a little more access right here would have done a ton. It works great, and it's very stable, and I like the way they've done it, but the access to it is just a little smaller than it should be. All right, let me get these parts swapped out really quick that they sent me. And hopefully not strip this thing again. Anything exciting coming out the first of the new year that y'all know about yet? That's the one I stripped, and I can't even get it out. And this is another case where I told y'all if you need to know whether you need to take the clip screw out or not, just flip the knife over, and if there's a screw there, then that means yes. So I do need to take that one out. And I had to brute force this knife back together. So this is probably not going to be very fun to get this screw out. But we're going to go ahead and get everything else out and make it as easy as we can. They actually did a really good job with this compression lock, B Shady. It's just the access. All right. So now comes the fun part where I have to try to not scratch my knife. And I have to use 2 screwdrivers. All right. Come on. All right. I'm in that one. I'm in that one. Well, this side will come out easy, so that's a good start. I didn't strip this one. The one on the other side is the one I stripped. So luckily I won't need to reuse it, so just got to get it off somehow. But this will be a lot easier once I get the knife apart. And man, the tolerances are very good on this knife. It is one of those ones that's a pain in the butt to get apart. Let me get my little chopstick here that I use for just such occasions. I'm telling you, man, chopsticks come in handy with knives. Come on. It wanted to fight me last time like this. It would help if I could get that screw out, but should come apart without it. Let me try down here. Gotta love it. Come on. Yeah, this is a pain in the butt because I can't get that screw out. I mean, it should release from the other side. If I could get it to pry apart. Dang it, do something on video and it'll never work right. You can see, I need something. Let me see. I think I can help this situation a bit. Let me get a tiny flathead here. Tiny, tiny flathead. About like that. See if I can get in here. Uh-oh. We're almost there, guys. There we go. Where there's a will, there's a way. All right. Now we're back on track. Sorry about that, but like I said, you try to do something on on video and it doesn't work out right. And these barely want to come across, want to come off. This backspacer fits very tightly on these standoffs, but this is the one I got issues with. So hopefully I can get enough grip with my little tiny pliers over. Oh no, I got my little vice grips that I told y'all are essential when you're working on knives, to get you a little pair of these vice grips. That should be good. All right. There's the one I cross-threaded right there. So that and that are the two pieces I don't need. Set them over there. And these two are the ones I do need. Thank you again, Kunwu, for sending me parts. I'll be able to save one of these screws, but... Alright. Now, it would be easier to put it back on with this one. So let's put it on this side this time. And try not to cross-thread it. It was one of those times where I thought I was close. This piece looks too long. It about started to cross thread again. It doesn't like these. There we go. But it looks way too long. Maybe it'll pull it into place here. I think that's about it. I don't know why it... Alright. Why it looks so long, but... Guess we'll figure that out here in a minute. Y'all think of something else you want to look at this morning? Be coming up with ideas. Because I will look at whatever y'all want to. All right, now this one has the D-shaped pivot part, I think. Well, I got it stuck back together again. Yay. I didn't pay attention to the D-shaped pivot. Man, tolerances. Sucks. I'm telling you, they've really got... Let me see how this thing goes. Which way does the D shape supposed to go? Can't even tell. All right, we're going to take a break for a second and look at something y'all want to look at. Good morning, Robin. Y'all give me a knife you want to look at. Anybody going to pick up a saloon? Drummer, I got it apart. Reich. William wants a Griffin. Here's a video of what he wants, I guess. I'm not sure if Sever has one of those or not. Let's go see if we can find one. I haven't paid attention to that one, I don't think. Yeah, I think that was when I was talking about not wanting... Is that a top liner lock? What's going on here? Can't really see. See if we can see right here. Where's the button? It looks like a... Oh, it goes... Yeah, it's just a plunge lock through the blade. Huh. Drummer asked... Okay, so that's what Mr. William wants. And then... The Devo Saloon is right here. For Mr. Drummer. Chinese Magna Cut. So he's not going to use that for now. That is definitely a pretty knife there, Mr. Drummer. Are you thinking about getting one? They seem reasonably priced to me. So that's cool. You can tell which one of these little flathead bits I always go to whenever I'm working on knives because I've got it bent up a little bit. There we go. All right. I'm going to go back over here to fixing my knife for just a second. So I did not pay attention to which side. Oh, and then I just took it apart. Something's going on here. I might have assembled this knife wrong. Or they might have assembled the knife wrong. Let me see here. Wooden, the side. isn't it supposed to be captive? I mean, that's the show side. So I guess that's why they did it. But they put the D in the wrong side. It should be on the far side of the scales so that it locks it in place. So it should come in from this side. Oh well. At least I know that it doesn't really matter now. It was just the tolerances I was dealing with. So we will go back together here and just force it together, because I know that it doesn't matter about the D shape. All right. Just about there. It's probably the stop pin. There it went. Just heard it pop into place. But I think they did that backwards. Supposed to lock into the other side of the scale. I mean, they can do it either way. All right, now this is the screw that's important, that I not stripped this time. And it's not, I'm going to try to start it with my finger just because I want to make sure I get it. Oh my goodness. Just like I said, anything on video. All right, there we go. Got it started good. No stripping. Now, why does this feel like it's too long, just like it did before? I bet I know what I've done. That is what I've done. All right. I just learned a lesson after messing up this knife. These spacers are not the same width. These back spacers, and I told her which one I needed, but she still sent me one that I don't think is going to work. They're too wide. So, let me try this one last time. I don't think these back spacers are the same width. I think the one that goes through the clip is longer, possibly. All right. Let's see what's going on here. All right. We've got there's one of them. And see this one, I don't know what's going on with it. Maybe they are the same size, but it is not wanting to act right. It wants to move back and forth. It's kind of hard to explain. I need to get it out. It's not even screwed in and it won't come out. It's so tight in that liner. Let me try my good old vice grips. Dang, it doesn't want to even come out with the vice grips. There it goes. So, are they the same size? Yes, they are the same size. But now I'm not understanding why I'm having an issue. So I'm going to try this one last time and see where we're at. And I think I'm going to just lay this in here. And just lay these in here. All right. Those feel like they're even right now. So far, so good. All right. They both popped out of this side. See how far they stick up through the scales? Like they stick out too far. And when you go to tighten them down, they slide back and forth. It's kind of weird. We're going to have Sever 7 on here in a few minutes, hopefully, showing us some new knives, so that'll be cool. Now, I don't have either screw in either side of this. And I can tell that it needs to come a little bit the other direction. That's about centered. This one does not want to center, though. Here's my little hammer. This one is still proud. It's because of that liner, I guarantee you. Alright, well, I'm going to put the screws in on this side first to try to pull it over there. Because it's still, I don't know if y'all can tell, it's sticking out on that side. And it's not far enough over on this side. And it's kind of annoying with this knife because you have to use the screws to kind of tighten it up. And when you do that, it still wants to, alright, that one went in fine. Let me tighten this all the way and see if I can get it to pull it over there. Feels like it's just turning now. All right. That one, it did pull it down, so that's good. All right. So that worked that time. It finally pulled it tight. So I think we're good this time. But those little backspacers are not the best built of any knife that I've used. And these screws are awful long. Like, they didn't need to use screws this long. Especially when that backspacer goes all the way to the other side and some. Alright, little screw. Act right. I love assembling knives on video. I would have had this put back together 10 times had I been doing it on my own. And man, it feels like it's going to cross thread again. Alright, there we go. I was very careful to just use my fingers to make sure I didn't strip it. Or cross thread it, sorry. See, I can push on that one and it makes that screw come out the other side. That's what I'm talking about. See, I know I got this one tight, and then I can push it back over and it sticks out the other side. There's something about these spacers that is super annoying. Aha. You just really have to crank them down and probably use screwdrivers on both sides. That's terrible, though. You shouldn't ever have to use screwdrivers on both sides. That's annoying as crap. you should be able to tight. You shouldn't have to hold the other side to get it good and tight. This is one of those knives where that seems to be the case. Because I don't want to scratch up my knife either. Whenever you have to use 2 screwdrivers, you risk of jogging it and shifting it. But when I screw in one of them, it pushes it out the other side. And when I screw in the other side, it pushes it out the other side. So let's see if I can get these tight. See, that's what I'm talking about. And the height of this knife, let's see if I can do it like this. That's the worst. I know y'all can see that screw sticking out. Like I'm not making this up. So if I start trying to tighten this one, it'll push it through to the other side. And then when I start tightening it over here, it pushes it through to the back to that other side. So you have to tighten it up. And there's no real easy way unless you have a friend to get a super good grip. All right, I think it's the other side that needs to tighten up. And this is making me mad because I checked the lengths on both of them, thinking one of them might be longer than the other. And that is not the case. Yeah. So what I ended up doing last time is I just kind of split the difference. I got them as tight as I could. And then I just kind of left them sticking out a little bit on each side. But that's no good. So you can see it sticking out over here, and I cannot get them to tighten up. Super annoying. So I just kind of did like that and split the difference. Oh well, I'm not going to mess with it anymore today. But that is super annoying. And some of them have D-shaped barrels too, so that doesn't happen. But that is a design flaw in my opinion. Centering looks fine. I mean, this back one is going to hold it together. So this one is not like going to be the end of the world, but I don't like it. And I just tried to really crank them down. I wonder if the screw lengths are different. And maybe these screws go back here. Maybe they're not, maybe they're touching in the middle because they're so long. I'm curious about that. I will check that out at some later date and let y'all know. Maybe these back ones are supposed to be a little longer because they have to go through the clip, etc. So maybe I've got these screws go back here and these go up here, and that's why they can't tighten up, because they're hitting in the middle. That's probably the answer. So, yeah, that's probably it. I think that these screws are probably longer and go back here, and they're hitting each other in the middle of that, and that's why they won't screw together. But I'm not going to bore y'all with doing that on video today. All right. So it's back together pretty good. I will check that out. Oh, I know how we can find out. Maggie sent me a picture of a breakdown of the parts that asking me which part I needed. Could you please show me which part you need? Where's that? All right, yeah, right here. She sent me. I swear she sent me a breakdown picture, but where is it? Aha. Found it. And this sucks because this doesn't really even have what I need on it, but I'm going to send it to the modding channel on Discord over here. So this is the picture she sent me to show her which parts I needed. And those screws look like the same length. And this is not a good shot because it doesn't even have all the parts. So I had to circle this, and I circled this one and said ×2. But this doesn't even show you the back side of that one to tell if they're the same length. And these screws look like they're the same size, but they don't have any dimensions on them. So that's kind of a crappy breakdown. Good morning, Robert Jones. Nick. Prototype 2 years ago. Oh yeah, drummer said he's probably going to get one of those Urban Cup. I mean the Devo. Sorry, the Saloon. It is a pretty knife. I like that one better. All right, let me catch up in chat. There's like 8 different versions, 2 M390 and the rest S90V. Mister wants to know what Magna Cut could be used for other than blade steel. Co-Bunny getting a Condor kukri today and a katana tomorrow. Who linked to Hokkaido? I must have missed. Oh, there was a Blade Binge link that I missed. I apologize for that. Yeah, that's a nice looking knife. It looks a lot like my the titanium one I've got. Let me grab it while we're looking at it. I haven't had it out in a little while. Make sure it's still functioning properly. Where is my Hokkaido? I do not see it so far. Thought it was up here with my big ones, but there it is. So here's the one I've got. I've got the titanium one with the milling by the pivot here. And it looks a lot like it. Yeah. That one is the one I've got. And it's got guillotine action. It's got really good centering though. 15 inches over the night. Wow. Yeah, that's that one. Good morning, TC. Didn't see you pop in earlier. That's my Hokkaido. That's a good price on that other one, though. Make it fit. That's my motto from Mr. That is definitely what she said. Yeah, Ed gets tired a lot of times getting off work and he passes out. All right, let's see. It's hot. Oh, good morning, Andrew. All right. What now? Have y'all seen Sever yet this morning? Is he sleeping in? He said, yeah, if y'all don't mind to smash that like button, like, I'll give you a little reminder. Here, I'll even give you a second one. Looks a little different. One of them says drop a like, and what does this one say? This one says, got the number counting up. This one doesn't. But yes, please, thank you. So once again, YouTube is screwing with my channel. I don't like it when they screw with my channel. But I can show you how they're screwing with my channel. So normally my shorts get anywhere from 700 to 1,000 views. As you can see down through here, whenever I post a couple every day, they get anywhere 600, 700, 800, 900, sometimes 1,000. The last couple of days, I've gotten 26, 13, 29, 4, and 6. So they're really screwing with me. The day before that, I had 700s and 800s. And then I'm down to 13 and 26 and 4. So I don't know what they're doing, but every now and then they screw with me and drop all my shorts views down to nothing. I'll just keep plugging away, though. Y'all know me. TC, did you see the little magnet knife that I got? It's kind of like those Oster. What is it? Is it Oster or Osler? I can't ever remember with the Jared guy. Osler? Oh, thank you, Christopher. Yeah, I don't know what that is about the boost stuff. I don't pay attention. Is it Osler? Oser. It's Oser. Okay. I couldn't remember what his name was. Oser. But it's kind of like his little maglock knife. But it's the one I got from Kickstarter. Little titanium jobber. Yeah, Oser. It's pretty cool though. It's got place for tritium vials in it. And it's very fidgety. It's got 2 magnets on the end here. That was pretty cool. For 45 bucks, I guess it's all right. I thought I paid like 80 or 90 for it, and then I was going to be mad. But it's basically like this one. But just a smaller version. Much smaller. This one has double magnets too. But this one doesn't have the blade play at all. 0 blade play. Like it's supposed to. And this one does have blade play that you can clearly see. Now we're talking about airplanes again. The F-22, I guess. I know it gets bad when y'all start talking about airplanes. Y'all got to give me something you want to talk about. If we can talk about airplanes. Let's go look at some knife picks. Oh, here's Christopher showing his Gringo next to the Anthem. Next to a bunch of those other knives. TC got some new ones in. New tenable hair on. Pocket check. Yeah, I guess Ed might have came home and went to bed. There's his dock with the hand rubbed finish he did on that side, along with his prototype tri-stash. We looked at Wayland's yesterday. I guess that's a GIF. B Shady with his Mac. That's a nice Mac, B Shady. I like that Mac. Oh, there's a supersonic. I didn't see that yesterday. That's pretty funny. There's mine. And he just grabbed his. Not a very common knife. That's cool. Yeah, don't go down the RC car rabbit hole. Don't do it. I've got quite a few put up. Definitely don't do it. I mean, unless you just really want to. let's see. Yeah, if anybody hasn't joined the Discord, please do so. Great group of guys in there, and we post all kinds of stuff. Help each other out. Look at new stuff. So yeah, you can just click the link at the top of my YouTube page to join. What is B Shady on the edge of getting? Must have missed that comment. A skiff finger bit. I didn't even see that comment either. So this is so tight. I couldn't do anything by finger. Yeah, I couldn't. That's just a 3D printed. Oh, it's aluminum. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I could hold it enough to actually do any good. But it does look pretty cool. And if I wasn't on video, I could have gotten a little better purchase on both of those screwdrivers. Just trying to lean over this table and do it all on film. It's a little different than if I would get comfortable like I want to be. Yeah, I had a cool video that I was watching earlier that I was going to use as the opening video. And let me show y'all that real quick. Since y'all are talking about drones, let me move this out of the way. Let me go here, show y'all green. Let me turn on the green screen. Boom. All right, let me turn on this media. Go to properties here. Yeah, those were all drone shots, but I had something. Hold on. Hold on just a second. Let me figure out what's going on. Maybe I didn't hit download. I know what's up. Give me just a second. Here it is. All right, I'm downloading it now. But these are some pretty awesome drone shots. But this other video was way better because it had, like this one, the city one I was showing, did have some cool shots. But the other one had some like racing FPV shots. Anyway, what else are we going to talk about today? Sever was supposed to come on, but I guess he slept in, which is all good. He can come on tomorrow, but he got a bunch of knives in to review. And he was going to hop up on the live. Is that trippy? Yeah, all right. I had a couple of things to look at, I believe. Let me see what we got here. Oh, here we go. This is important. Whoops. Let me get this out of the way. Now we're on a web page with the background is a web page. That's weird. So there's the rendering of the Mojave. That is the Lemifshi version, soon to be launched on the market. I know there'll be lots of people who will like those. What a weird, having a web page. Wow, that blade disappears. Weird too. Having a web page as the background is really weird. Let me turn that off. That definitely is going to be cool. Let's see what else is going on. Bunch of pins. Good morning, Mitchell. Good night, Andrew. Let's see what else we got. Partial immunity. New pants day. Yeah, somebody said they really liked this QSB Canary fixed blade. Yeah, I'm not sure. HCR 18. That's one I haven't really looked at. In the middle, I shouldn't have kept Sever up talking to him in the middle of the night, I guess. But one of those knives he's been wanting popped up on Knife Swap last night. One of the new Giant Mouse. So I sent him a link to it. That's what started our conversation. But here's the link that I brought up for him earlier. Whoops. Wrong browser. Somebody was selling one of these, the new GM14s. That looks a lot like a duck. Yeah, somebody was selling one of those this morning. See what else is going on till y'all give me something else you want to talk about. What, Andrew, what did you, oh yeah. I didn't even see your link. I think we'd already looked at it by the time you sent that link. I don't know why people get behind on the live. That's weird. A cold steel pen for $8 cannot be cool. You're really addicted to cold steel, huh? What else? Oh, there's a Bacero. Is it sold? Man, I missed that one. That's the version I wanted too. Yeah, let's make sure that there's a shadow right in the middle of the picture there, guy. Yeah, just make sure every picture you take, there's a shadow covering part of it. Yeah, that's the version I wanted too. What did it sell for? He took off the price. I hate when they do that. A proof pin? It looks like a car. Oh, is it shaped like a rectangle? Proof Vanguard? Yeah. That's pretty cool. I haven't seen that one. That's pretty awesome. Mister just ordered a C1 T-pencil Type C. Okay. Let's check that out. I said C1. It's CW and T. All right. That's pretty cool too. And it's shaped a lot like the one we just looked at, which is pretty cool. Synchronicity. How often do you run across two things back to back that look that similar? Christopher, yeah, I already went over that a few minutes ago. I don't know how you missed it or if you're still behind on the video or what. Yeah, I'm confused why people don't stay up with the live, why they get behind. That's weird to me. Yeah, I just showed it a few minutes ago. Yeah, let us know how that one is, because I like the looks of it. Oh yeah, while we're on the pin topic, I put sex leaf. So he had pin. He had some pretty cool ones from that company, that Pioneer EDC. He had that one. That one. So those two. This one. Little Tucson one. This one. Another Tucson. Here's another Pioneer EDC. Is that the same as that one, but just a different? No. I like that one better. Here's another Pioneer EDC. That one's got a cool tip to it. And I like their mechanism with the clip being the mechanism. See you later, Christopher. What else did he have? This Pioneer EDC brand from Tucson, they seem to really be pumping out some pins. That Tucson's pretty wild. That Pioneer EDC one's pretty wild, where you can see the insides. Not a bad one. There's one with another milling pattern, Tucson. There's a colored version of the one where you can see through it. A weird color. Huh. Pretty wild. They just start turning titanium and make all kinds of pins, huh? But I want to try out one from that Pioneer. I know Ed has one. He's posted a picture of it before. I want to find one of those though. Like, I really like, let's see. See if they got one on auction. Guess I could click at the top here. Nope, they only have 3 of them and they don't have any of them on auction. I wonder if any of the Pioneer EDCs are on auction. Only thing they have is that, yep. So they're trying to get full money for them. I got one for like $12 one time. So I understand why they want to try to get 56 instead of 12. I've got a couple of Tucson ones. I don't know. I've lost one of them, but the other one stays in my car. That was something else I was wanting to ask y'all. As a guy that grew up in my generation, right about the time I was becoming a 20-year-old or so, was about the time that fanny packs started coming into existence. And they were pretty terrible, and we called them fanny packs, and among other things. And I know a lot of guys nowadays, you know, they carry some kind of bag with them, you know, and a lot of them look like a purse to me because of my generation. But I was curious, so what I do is I have a bunch of stuff that I just keep in my car instead of carrying it in a bag with me. I'm not talking trash about fanny packs anymore. I'm just telling you, when I grew up, they just started becoming a thing about the time I was 20 years old or so, probably. So I just never got into it. But could you consider stuff that you keep with you 24/7 part of your EDC? Because in my car, everywhere I go, I have a one of those little leather carrying things where I've got my Leatherman or my titanium multi-tool. I've got a titanium pen and I've got a flashlight. And so I don't ever wear them because I don't feel comfortable wearing that stuff. But I do have it with me all the time. So I kind of should consider it part of my EDC kit. And anytime I need to use my multi-tool, I go and grab it. So it is accessible. But I don't really usually consider it part of my EDC kit, but it is because it's with me all the time. So I just kind of wondered what y'all thought about stuff that you don't necessarily have on your person, but you have with you all the time. Does that consider... Okay, so that's secondary EDC according to Nick. Yeah, I just can't do the bag thing. I've got too much else going on, I guess. I'm carrying knife boxes and all kinds of stuff to shoot shorts with, and I'm carrying some of those little bags sometimes with a few knives in them. I carry my knife rolls occasionally to work. So yeah, I just haven't gotten into the bag thing. Something else we're going to do soon is we're going to try to work on this knife Sever gave me. It's an integral that was built faulty from the factory. It's a pretty nice knife. So I've decided to basically start over with the knife. First of all, it doesn't lock up. The lock bar is way too long. So I've got to take some off the blade. I can't take any more off of the lock bar because the detent ball is right out at the end of it. And so it's a bad knife. You can see how far off the lock bar is from even trying to engage. So I think I'm going to grind some off the back of the blade. And then I'm going to buy a whole new pivot. I'm going to measure. And I'm convinced it's got the wrong size bearings in it. So I'm going to try to take my calipers and measure precisely. And we're going to try to work on this knife and fix it. Reason I kind of said that is because I've got another one coming in today that we're going to have to work on that kind of has the same issue. It doesn't lock up enough. It does get past the blade at least. This one won't even get past the blade. But I'm going to have to do a little work to it to get it to lock up better. But Sever sent me this about 3 or 4 months ago. And I couldn't get anything to work with it. And I'm convinced that the pivot and the bearings and stuff are not the right size. But to start with, I'm going to get it to lock up. And then we'll work on the... Well, I think my light just died. So anyway, we're going to work on that sometime soon. My secondary light I got over here that I keep charged up. Looks like it just died. Yep, battery is blinking. I'm going to plug it up and let it charge because we need it tomorrow, but we're almost done today anyway. Now I got it on cop mode. This is the little secondary light I use though, and you can go from pure white to pure yellow to a mix in between. And y'all can't see the really. I usually leave it at like 1. That's what I use it at. It's literally at 1 and it'll last for weeks, but I've got it clipped up over here as a secondary light. I've still got one light over here. I need to make sure I need to just throw these away. Those are the 2 stripped ones. I'm just going to throw those away for the Kunwu before I put them somewhere and use them again. But I guess we're going to start winding this one down unless y'all have other things you want to look at. It's not hard to keep me going. Let's see if that other video finished downloading. I think it did. It was a pretty cool drone video. Dang, I don't see it. Oh, here it is. Hold on. There it is. Here's the new one I got. Cinematic drone footage. So this is pretty cool. Y'all were talking about drones earlier, and man, the stuff you can do for cheap now with drones, pretty awesome. Yeah, I've got a couple of those cool lights. This one has all kinds of modes on it, though. Let me show you. So it's got the frequency it shows you, but you can go to all kinds of other modes. You can go to this one that lets you pick any color you want. And then you can go to these other modes where it's got like police mode. It's got like ambulance, and you can see all the stuff on there. It's got one that goes with the sound. So like if you're dancing or whatever, you can see it going with when I'm talking. It's got like the SOS. It's got like a fade. It's got all kinds of cool little. It's even got like there's a lightning strike one that just does like random lightning. It's got like an old TV in the background that's like got fuzz on it, so it kind of just changes. But you can see that one says TV, and then it's got like a candle light that like flickers. It's got some really cool modes on it. But I tell you what, I got this one from that My Vipon site that I've told y'all about. And don't pay what it costs. Let me see if I can help you find a cheaper version of it. But if you go to, if you check that My Vipon site from day to day, you can type light in. And a lot of times they will have those lights. So let me scroll down through here. I forgot what they're called, but on this site, probably for photography. But I got mine for like half price on here, or even less than half price, because it was kind of expensive. So let me see real quick. Let's see. For photography. All right, so yeah, I've got one of these too. It's pretty nice. And here's one for 18. All right, yeah. So you have to check this site. Is this a promo code? No, this one's just on sale. This one looks like a pretty little decent one too. I've got one this size with a hot shoe mount also. But if you go and check this site from day to day, video lights or photography lights, you will find a deal on one like I got for a lot less. And these are all instant. None of these are promo code ones. These are the only ones they have right now on promo code. Let's see, video light. Promo code. Yep, I don't see any today, but they pop up different every day, so they got some really good deals, like, you know, on stuff with these promo code things. Anyway, go check that site out. Let's go see at the end of this video. This is an hour long, so there's some really cool drone shots this thing's got. I like these ones, these FPVs going through the woods and stuff. Pretty cool. Yeah, Nick, I leave mine on my table right here all the time. it's super handy. I've mentioned before about the Gerber dime. One of the reasons the dime is so cool is because you can get in between knife scales to grab those. So it's such a small plier that you can get in there to grab spacers with this Gerber dime. But the Gerber dime is a great little thing. Mine lives on my desk here. And like I said, I like it because you can get between knife scales. It just lives right over there all the time. It's just out of the way. But yeah, these drone videos are pretty wild when they really get to hauling. Well, guys, I appreciate y'all being here today. I'm going to start ending this one up. I'm going to switch off my green screen so that y'all can see the green and the lack of light. I need to plug this back up and continue it charging. I forgot about that. Then I need to put back down one of my mats. Guess I'll go back with this one. Try not to cut myself. Whoa. I just hit the camera. Y'all gonna see my mess over to the side. So I liked the one we had today on there, but I think we'll do more of the tree tomorrow. Something kind of like that with the boat in the middle. And I might just switch to a whole nother one tomorrow since I've got a bunch of them. They're not going very fast, Nick. 25 miles an hour, 30 miles an hour. It looks like they're going way faster, but I didn't break out many knives today. And I don't have hardly any lighting, but it's still really good. This camera does a great job. They're probably going 30, 35. I mean, some of those super fast ones. But here, before we go, have y'all looked at the tiny whoops? Let's go look at some tiny whoop footage. So, check this out. This is a tiny whoop. And that's how big they are. And here's what they can look like. Well, that's not good footage, but those things are super, super small. They're made to do like inside. Here, let me show you. Hold on. Let me show a race. There's a tiny whoop in Target. Let's see what he does with it. But they're made to go places that other ones won't go. And they're super cool for FPV. But these guys that fly them do some craziness. And they're not moving fast at all, but they look like it. If you want to see some cool like racing footage, go check out Tiny Whoops and the racing. So have y'all watched the tracks that they have? These tracks are pretty cool. They go in a stadium and they have these racetracks set up. And they have to go through these, they have to go through the course. But these aren't going nearly as fast as you think they are. It just looks like it. But some of these setups they have are pretty wild on these races. It's pretty cool how they have the lights that like show you the way to go too. Some of this footage is pretty wild. So yeah, go check that out. Here's the 2018 Drone Speed Challenge. Like, check this out. So here's a shot, seeing them from the side. Let's see if we got some footage here on board. No, this looks like it's all just external footage. But yeah, go check out some of those videos. They're pretty wild. Drone Racing League. Fastest lap. And these guys are just wearing headsets, goggles, and they see all this, right? Talk about getting dizzy. But anyway, I'm not going to keep showing drone stuff on a knife stream. I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a great Tuesday. We will be here again tomorrow. Couple of days away from New Year's Eve. Y'all be careful out there. Appreciate each and every one of y'all. If you haven't hit the thumbs up, please hit it before you leave. Help that algorithm out since they're trying to screw me. That's cool, Pete. I didn't know you hadn't seen those drone races. There's you another little rabbit hole to go down for a few days. Cat Scratch, Drummer, Mitchell, Pete, Mister. Appreciate all y'all. Robert Jones, Nick. Sever7. Yep, you overslept, buddy. We'll do it tomorrow. If you want to, Sever.